My name is Hector Morales, and I'm running for the 29th Congressional District of Texas. A lot of you may have not known that. And the reason is because up until 3 days ago, we were facing a primary opponent who was also the incumbent member in Congress, who had been there for 26 years. This person, Gene Green, was elected when I was 4 years old, 1992. Now that's quite a time to be in Congress. And it wasn't a simple decision to come to challenge this person for their position. We knew that it would be difficult. But I knew that things were not the way that they should have been. I knew that there was no possible way that the refineries in Pasadena that continuously pollute and destroy people's health, they can't be right. And the more and more I looked into why the refineries were there, and you started following money, you started realizing that the same refineries that were polluting and exploding and taking the lives of their workers and their health, you realize that they're the same people that are donating money to these congressional races. I started realizing that we weren't going to change the system. I started looking back on every election. What were the issues that were being discussed? And you know what I found? That it was the same issues discussed in 2014, 2012, 2010, 2008, 2006, 2004, 2002, and you guessed it, 2000. And we can continue going further and further back. We continue to debate about healthcare, and yet no one is willing to say we need universal healthcare. Healthcare is a right. It's not some sort of, you've earned healthcare. It's a right. We shouldn't be telling people that they're too poor to continue to live. You can't tell someone that they're diagnosed with cancer and that's a death sentence. That's what happened to my mom in 2004. She was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. We have health insurance, and the insurance company just kicked her off the plan. Why? Because it wasn't life-threatening. They didn't seem to think my mom's life was worth it. You know who thought my mom's life was worth it? Me, my brother, and my dad. We thought it was worth it. My mom suffered, and it bankrupted our family. And thankfully, she survived. But I would never in a million years, never want to put that on anyone else. No one should be going through that. As a high school senior, deciding what they're going to be doing with their life and putting everything on hold because they don't know if they're going to have a mother at the end of the week. But that's the system that we continue to have. Next time you hear a candidate say, I support Medicare for all, or I support DACA recipients being able to remain in the country, ask yourself, where was that passion? Where was that drive and determination to get these things done 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago? You want to know where it was? Where the money was. Why is it that we still have political debates about whether we need clean air and clean water? That we might not need clean air and water? What do we breathe? What do we drink? Why is it that it's okay to politicize these issues, but whenever we want to speak out about something that matters to everybody, all of a sudden you can't speak about that because the status quo doesn't want you to? We're not ready to move there yet. How is it that we're not ready to clean up the environment? I don't care what you believe. We're going to run out of oil soon, and we're not going to have anything to show for it other than a screwed up ozone layer and greenhouse gases everywhere and the disgusting water, the San Jacinto River. It's a Superfund site. That was created by the very members of Congress that are there to this day. And their response is, well, we should be doing a better job of, maintaining it, not fixing it, maintaining the problem. It's quite frankly disturbing the amount of Superfund sites that we have around the area. And no one does anything about it. Why is it that if you live in Pasadena, next to the refineries, it's okay for you to be 50 times more likely to get leukemia than anywhere else in the United States? Why is it that it's okay for the schools in our district, in the 29th Congressional District, to have lower graduation rates than anyone else in the entire state and in the entire country? 2 times as many people not graduating from high school at the state level and 3 times as many at the national level. Why is that acceptable? Things haven't been getting better. They've been getting worse. We can't continue to promote this stagnant mentality that it's okay not to do things and, well, let's just talk about it. No, we're not just going to talk about things. We need to go out there and do something about it. Ask yourself, where were all these other candidates 3 days ago before Congressman Green decided that he was going to retire? They were promoting his campaign. They were actively campaigning for him and saying he's a good person. This isn't about Gene Green being a good person or not. It's not about anyone if they're a good person or not. I sincerely believe, and I refuse to not believe this, but I believe that every person has good in them. That what they believe, they honestly, sincerely think that is what's best for the country. We don't have to agree with that. And there's clearly people that don't have that at heart. But I choose to give them the benefit of the doubt until they prove me wrong. And now all of a sudden, everyone's in this race. Everyone wants to be the first Latino representative from the 29th Congressional District. Why? Where was that passion and drive 2 weeks ago when he was still in the race? Where was it in January of 2017 when my wife and I collectively got our life savings together and said, you know what, we're going to do this? We were tired of seeing our students suffer. Go drive around Aldine, go drive around Pasadena and look at the neighborhoods, look at the schools. Drive up 45 North and you'll see the same pattern of things. Used car shops. You're going to see pawn shops. You're going to see adult bookstores and video stores. You're going to see rundown churches and rundown schools. Why is it that that's the norm in our district? But it's not the norm in any other district in the state. Why is it that when you drive down I-10 going west, things magically change? It's certainly not because, people care more about stuff. It's because we continuously let members of Congress, we let special interests dictate what can or can't be done. Gun debates, we shouldn't have a debate whether people with terroristic ties should be able to buy a gun or not. Why is that a debatable issue? It should be a resounding no. If we're not going to let you get on a plane and fly, why are we going to let you own a gun? I don't have to be a gun owner to respect someone's right to own a gun. That is their constitutional right. But no one has the constitutional right to infringe on someone else's life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. No one has that right. And that's what we continuously allow people to do. So, running this campaign isn't about me. And I'm having a hard time explaining my frustration with how the system has been operating and just watching it continuously going along the way that it's always been. It doesn't matter that we're not getting any national attention from our campaign. That's completely fine. That's not my goal. That's not my mission. My goal is not to get elected to remain in Congress for 26 years. We're a new generation. The majority of the people in our congressional district are under the age of 40. Why is it that we continuously have people that don't understand the struggle today represent us? The age difference between myself right now and the students that I teach, there's a huge generational gap between us. I can try to understand the issues, but I'll never fully understand them. Why? Because that's not the world that I live in. I'm an adult now. I've graduated from college. I'm working on my graduate degree. I have a completely different set of ideals than I did when I was younger. But those ideals that I had when I was younger are what drove me to do what I'm doing today. It's why I don't take corporate money or PAC money in my campaign. It's why I refuse to go into the private sector after interning at the White House in the Office of Healthcare Reform. I'm not going to work against and tear down everything that I work so passionately for. I can't sell myself out. Ask yourself, where are this candidate's money coming from? Who's supporting them? What were they saying on the issues? And if you're not convinced with something, call them out on it. Question what they're saying. If you don't believe what I'm saying, call me out on it. Do the research and find out whether I am telling the truth or not. You shouldn't take my word because there's some young, angry guy on a camera telling you that he doesn't agree with the way the political system operates. If I fired you up to go write a comment below this video or something and say, you know what, I don't agree with you, good. Go out there and support your candidate of choice. Say, this is why X person needs to win this election. But we're definitely not going to be playing the identity politics game where if you're a certain gender, if you're a certain race or ethnicity, you've automatically got a pass to win this thing. That's not how things work. Just because you have a long resume doesn't mean that you're a better person than someone else. No one has the right to judge anybody else. But what we do have a right is to question the actions and the intentions of the people that are wanting to represent us. I'm a constituent to this day, and I'll continue to be a constituent until after this election. Get fired up about something. Do something about this system. Because if we just continuously just complain and whine and just post on Twitter and post on Facebook and not go out to events, not reaching out to our elected officials to do something, we're the problem. We're complacent about things. And that's not the way government needs to operate. Government only works, democracy only works when people get involved. Get involved. Go find a candidate that fires you up, that makes you say, you know what? I want to go do something. I can't believe I don't do something. I know who my personal heroes are. Find yours. Go make the change that you want to see, because you are the change you're looking for. And that's what this campaign is about. It's not about a personal agenda. It's about ensuring that we're moving our people forward, that we're moving our community forward. We're moving our nation forward. My name is Hector Morales, and I'm running for the 29th Congressional District of Texas.